Today is Monday, June 28th. I'm on Poplar Lake. It's a far cry from 2 years ago when I was here on this lake. As you can see, it's pretty calm, almost no breeze whatsoever. It's also very warm, in the high 70s. The forecast is for very good weather. I'm here on a 5-day canoe trip, hoping to relax and enjoy myself. It's really the only point of this trip. The lake is very calm today. It is about 10:45 in the morning. Got up at 3 a.m. Drove up here. Nice leisurely drive. It's a Monday. Almost nobody on the road at all. 61 was pretty much completely void of cars. It's pretty nice. Can you believe this water? Look at this day. As I was saying, the purpose of this trip hadn't really been determined yet before I took off. Permit became available and I had the time off of work. So I decided to come up here and spend a few days. And I decided just to kind of relax. Maybe I'll head off to the west to go look at some of the smaller lakes. I thought about maybe trying to come out to Meads Lake portage on the way out, perhaps. Just for some, because I've never been through that portage before, even though it's quite long. It is sure a nice day. Well, I'm here on Liz Lake. Had a nice chat with some people who were just coming out from a trip. They saw 3 moose on Henson and Omega. They said the weather was great, glass-like conditions. So I talked for quite a while. It's pretty nice. As I got back on the lake here, I kind of noticed that it is clouding up. Got some thicker dark clouds. There's a scattered thunderstorms forecast for the afternoon. I suppose I better get a move on here and make sure I'm not too far away from somewhere to camp. I stopped here on this site on the, I guess you'd call it the south end of Caribou, near the portage over to Horseshoe, which is right, portage is right over there to Horseshoe. It started raining a little bit. Drips on the water. Let's just look at that water reflection. There's just almost no wind at all. Pretty much blue sky, but it's got these dark patches of clouds, and there's rain coming from some of them, including this one right overhead, dripping a little bit. Yeah, it's raining a little harder now. So I'm going to check out the site a little bit. Maybe I'll stop here and let this dark cloud pass. Or, ooh, actually, I think it's just going to maybe get worse. That made for kind of an abrupt change of plans for the day. The rain got stronger. I quick got out my tarp. I set it up. I had a little problem with my tarp. I switched to this Spectra line a while ago. It's kind of waxy. It's pretty nice because it doesn't get stuck in that, but holy cow, it got into a kind of a knot. It was kind of a bugger to get clear. And then I had a Loop Alien device for tightening, and I'll be darned if I can remember how to run that thing. I haven't practiced enough with it. Thought I had it down pretty good, but in a pinch I wasn't able to figure it out. I took it off and just tied a knot like I normally do. And then I have this little lines right here, little hooks on a line with a prusik knot, and that thing was knotted up so bad on the line I could not get it to move. And then I finally got it off of there. I tried to retie it and got in a knot. I ended up cutting it off and just tying it in a knot for now so I could get my tarp deployed. This is how it's supposed to be, like this. Ring on this end, do a prusik knot, and then I can slide it on this line and tension the ridge line. But it's raining. Had 4 canoes go by already. Looked like they were looking for a campsite. But I noticed it was pretty full. Just pure luck that I saw this. I pulled over just to peek at it, and then the rain started. So sometimes you get lucky. Oh, a little thunder too. Well, I got the tarp set up. I'm going to sit here for a while and see what happens with the rain and thunder. And eat my pre-made peanut butter and jelly sandwich that I brought with me for lunch. It's about 10 after 1. Man, I got lucky on this site. There's the one that just rained on me. Quite a bit of thunder going on with that. Very slow moving thunderstorms. And the rest of the place is bright and sunny. I may as well continue with the campsite tour. And a nice view there off to the southwest. Nice rock shelf there. Table. It's pretty decent actually. Just the right height to sit on or cook on, I think. Flat, smooth, rocky area. Fire grate out in the open. Nice rocky front porch here. A quiet little bay. Canoe landing's not that great over there, but there's a okay spot over there. The only disadvantage of this site at all is the fact that right there is the portage to Horseshoe, and there'll be some traffic going by. But that's alright. Man, out here in the sun, it's kind of warm. There's more site back in the woods there, clearings and tent pads. I never even looked at it. I just went over this way and thought it looked pretty darn nice. Spot here in the trees for all my gear and to set up the tarp. And there's a pretty big flat tent pad back there. I think that's where I'm going to set up. On second thought, I might not set up back here. You can see it's just a really nice flat open area. But just from that little rain we had there, see the wet puddle in the middle? Definitely all settles to the middle. Looks like a nice, perfectly flat spot, but it really is recessed. Darn it. There's a pretty good chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight. It's only supposed to amount to like half an inch of rain or something, but well, it could be quite a bit, I guess, depending on the slope. So I'll have to go maybe see if I can find somewhere else to set up the tent. The rain drove me back under the tent. I got water filtered. These poor birch trees in this campsite are so hacked up and trying to regrow. Wish people would understand. Don't cut on the birch trees. My boots under here, I actually got those a little bit dry in the sun. I did set up my tent over there. Well, I can walk over there, it's not raining too hard. Got a little protection under these little balsam firs, but the hole where the water sits is right there. I set up over here next to it, kind of it's on a little bit of a slope toward it, so the water should run away, should work out. But amazing, this tent was really tight before. That's one thing about sill nylon. Tent was really tight. Now that it's cooled off from the rain, it's starting to settle a little bit, so we can go around with these adjusters like this and give it a little snugging up. There we go. That's better. So I have everything set underneath the tarp. Everything that I need to cook, I can just sit right here now and watch the rain, I guess. And I almost forgot, I gotta flip my canoe over and get it tied on in case this little rain turns into a storm. Not too bad. Just enough to get you wet if you were out here for an hour or so. Well, I'll be wet faster than that, I guess, but I mean, really soaked. But yeah, here's what's coming, unfortunately. Big gray mass. I think it might rain for a while. No fire tonight. Alright, run down quick on my food here. My food barrel for the 5 days. Got some goldfish crackers, because I like those. Good thing to nibble on. I've got 6 single meat sticks, vacuum sealed. I've got a Spam kit with some piece of cheese in there, pepper jack. I've got a pouch of chicken with a tortilla in a bag. Another chicken and tortilla kit. This one's fajita. Some dehydrated pineapple slices and some dehydrated mandarin oranges. 4 packets of oatmeal, 2 meals worth approximately. Here's a granola breakfast for cold cereal. Got some granola, powdered milk, a little bit of malt. It's pretty good stuff. Another one of those. I have 5 dehydrated meals, various types that I make myself. Some little drink straws, a couple of protein bars. I have this is 2 servings of cheesecake mix with some jelly for and graham crackers for topping. We used to make this years ago. I haven't done it for years and years. I'm going to try it. And of course, my favorite, M&Ms. Wow, really got it made here. Wow, this is pretty awesome. So I'm sitting here, kicked back in my chair. Got a footstool, a food barrel. Got a nice little breeze blowing off the lake right over here from that direction. Going right through here. A few raindrops falling still here and there. But it helps cool it down, and the breeze blowing through here is just enough. A few mosquitoes, not bad at all. Pretty awesome. Oh, there's a hummingbird. That was pretty cool. Well, I'm making dinner. It is about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so. Making some cheddar broccoli tonight. Had something really interesting happen. Something hasn't happened for about 20 years, I guess. I got my permit checked today, this afternoon. Kind of interesting. I was sitting out here photographing a snake. Actually, there's a garter snake, big garter snake that lives under this rock. So he's been going back and forth, and so I've been trying to capture him. He's pretty big. Anyway, heard a canoe coming across the portage over here from Horseshoe, and pretty soon they're out in the lake, and they came over here, and it was two Forest Service employees. Really nice people. I didn't catch their names. And anyway, they checked my permit, and they were doing latrine checks and seeing if there's anything else in the campsite that needed anything, and they were really nice, and I'm really appreciative of them for checking permits and just checking things out, trying to get things back to normal a little bit here. Probably call this the first ever episode of Camp Cooking with Brian. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna make some cheesecake today. So I've got some instant cheesecake mix all ready with some powdered milk in it in a baggie. I need a graham cracker and some topping of some kind. You can use chocolate syrup or jelly or any other kind of topping. I'm going to use some strawberry jam and 1 cup of water. Alright, here goes nothing. We used to do this a long time ago, my wife and I, when we go to the Boundary Waters together. Cheesecake was just kind of one of those things that seemed to work. You add the water. I'm going to be a little bit conservative on the water, and even with the water not being super cold, it still gels up pretty decent. Well, that's going to take a while to stir. Pretty runny and lumpy, but I'll keep stirring that until it's smooth. Alright, mixed it up a little better, fluffed it up, let it sit for 20 minutes. It's pretty thick. The spoon isn't stiff enough to, or it isn't stiff enough to stand the spoon up in it, but it is really thick pudding. That's pretty good. Now what we're going to do is break up the graham cracker. I think I'm not going to make it into too small of chunks. Oops, I got to pick that up. And this jelly in a baggie. There we go, the finished product. All right, the real moment of truth. Oh yeah, that's good. That tastes just like cheesecake with strawberries on it. That is awesome. That's worth the 4 ounces of stuff to carry in. Absolutely. Oh man, that's good. Wonderful. Hello, I'm going to do a quick wrap up and sign off for the night. It is Monday, June 28th. First day of a June Boundary Waters solo canoe trip. Had a great day so far. Came in a little later than I kind of expected. I talked to some people along the way. I ended up getting here into Caribou Lake. I'm here on the far south end of it, right by the portage to Horseshoe. Stopped to look at this campsite. It just started raining, so I set up a tarp to hold it out for a while, and it kind of kept raining. So I decided, you know what the heck, I'm just going to stay. It was already getting late enough, and there were so many people out, especially when someone came by looking for a campsite just after I got my tarp set up. So, pretty happy that I stayed here. Actually, it's a great site. Things that happened today, obviously the trip in, I got visited by rangers to check my permit and look at the campsite. Great people. Had fun talking to them. Thank you very much for your job and what you do out here. Thanks for trying to maintain law and order and keep up with the place. I know it's a lot of work. Thank you. And had a great meal tonight, and I made some cheesecake for dessert, which was wonderful. And overall, I'm fat and happy, ready for just kicking back here for a little while. I'm gonna check the weather radio and see what I'm gonna do tomorrow for sure. But I don't know where I want to go for sure. But I want to go south and maybe over to the west, maybe over to Henson Lake or Pillsbury Lake or someplace like that. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. Overall, a great day, and nice to have you along, and thanks for watching.